Good afternoon from Yummy BTV. Wishing you all well, so plenty of love your way as usual. And hoping the new year finds you in the best of health. I wasn't going to come up today, but I had to tell you this today, all right? Much love for the live last night. Back on top form, boy. After our times. No, don't say nothing, Uncle Yummy. Listen, sadly, first of all, I've got to give you the news what happened when I was in the church. I told you on a live the other day that Kirsty banged me in the head when I fell asleep, didn't I, in the church? But obviously she was worried about me because of the alcohol and whatnot. Obviously, I've related to some of you that it was alcohol and tablet related for about 3 or 4 weeks, and it's taken me a couple of weeks to kind of get over it. But, you know, the sad thing is, and those down in the East End are going to really be sad about this. I know that you've probably heard already, but nobody's actually saying anything here. That while I was in the church, right, Ricky White, right, who's Kirsty Moore's uncle and family to the whole family. You know, I'm close to Kirsty Moore's family, mum, dad, uncle, and everybody and all that. Ricky White walked in and he knew Bill the Bomb, Freddie Foreman. He knew every single person that lived from that life, right? And I was going to do a little thing with him by way of video. Now, because I was out of sorts at the church, he walked up to me and I said, Ricky, right? I can't remember his age. I got to ask Kirsty. He was either 70, 75 or something like that. But he was all right. He walked up to me. Terry Ellis was in there as well, right? He walked up to me with his stick and he walked up to me. He said, yeah, me, all right, my boy? I said, Ricky, Uncle Ricky, all right? He kissed me on the side of the cheek, yeah? Right? And I was thinking, wow, he doesn't normally kiss me. He normally hugs me because they all watch me, them lot from back in the day. We know this already. Ricky, he kissed me and I sat down and I thought, hold on, is he all right? He looked well to me. The next day, I get the dramatic news, another sad passing, that he died during his sleep that night or whatever, yeah? So I just bring that to the table today, and I was thinking of two of the things that he was going to talk about. Kirsty, rest in peace, uncle, right? And he was always there for every single of this campaign, Free Jason Moore, Kirsty's brother, yeah. He was there for every single session that ever was, the marches, this bit and that bit. Remember that I've been seeing him for quite some months, and that was going to be a big interview for me because he knew Build a Bomb as well. Now, look, so I was going to say now, because a couple of things coming up lately, and you're asking me, some of you are a bit thick sometimes when it comes to Freddie Foreman, right? I don't care what some of you say. I know most of you are going to agree with me now. You know, firstly, right, special love to the Kirsty Moore family. Rest in peace. Coming to see you very shortly now. First thing, right, if me, right, personally, yeah, I'm not harder than Royshaw. I'm not no baddie man from Royshaw, really, in reality. But if you gave me a job that I have to watch somebody's back, like Freddie Foreman, like if he was in the Cat A's, right, and someone said, yes, yeah, you got to go down there with him. Listen, I put my whole life on it, that I'm watching every single move that Freddie Foreman makes and those that are coming close, if there's going to be any problems here. Like I said, I'm not the wickedest man in the world, but nothing ain't going to go reach Freddie Foreman on my watch, yeah? All right? It ain't going to happen, man. All the big names that ever existed have got many harder men to choose more than me over the years. The reason why they would call me first is because of the love, the camaraderie, and my thinking skills, and the bravery, and that I love you anyway, and that I'm going to make sure I do the job properly. That's how I used to think, right? It is absolute fact. None of you can tell me nothing, right? Listen, right, think. Look, Lenny McLean, right? You have to understand this sometimes, some of you lot. It's a stupid question. That story outside where Lenny was on the door. Now, you're saying to me, yeah, but Yami, Freddie Foreman was the greatest from that era, but when Lenny saw him, he put him in his place. Look, let me get one thing straight. When he turned up at the door that night, right? Firstly, Lenny McLean's not just a bare-knuckle fighter, a man with just brawn and just going to bash up everybody. He's got brain as well, Lenny. He would have never lasted as long as he did if he didn't have thinking skills as well. Many doormen ain't got the brain like Lenny. Lenny's probably the hardest doorman that ever lived, right? But there's no way, what some of you saying, that Lenny McLean's going to say to Freddie Foreman, what allegedly happened is that Freddie Foreman was in the back of a car. His mates got out, gone to the door. Lenny's batted him up, the friend, right? Freddie's come out and they reckon that Lenny McLean said, listen, Freddie, go back in. Listen, you're getting old now. There's no way Lenny McLean's ever going to talk to Freddie Foreman like that. It doesn't work in that life, mate. I got my story now because I was going to have, then people that are close to Kirsty, they were going to say to me, Yami, when Freddie Foreman, when he's serious, he would have said to Lenny McLean, right? I'm not saying he did, right? I wasn't there. right? So it's further down, yeah, it is. Lenny McLean, Freddie Foreman. So she went, Lenny, don't worry about all the fisting and all that, the things. And Lenny went like that to Freddy. Freddy, nah, I weren't talking to you, Fred. Nah, it would never be that. I was talking to him and Fred's going to him. Well, listen, he's with me. Yeah, that kind of stuff. So there's no way that you could ever get me to believe that because he could have a better row than Freddie Foreman, that he would dare talk to Freddie Foreman like that. Because there's no one that ever in history that has ever told you that they spoke to Freddie Foreman like that. And Lenny's more cleverer than that, right? Let me tell you that. So I know that, yeah? I love Freddie Foreman, you know. I told you this a long time ago. There's no one that I've ever met from all eras that don't agree from the crazy era that Freddie Foreman was the greatest of all time, right? I've only come up for the Kirsty Moore thing, but I was going to do a video with someone with the stories on Freddie Foreman, and he was going to have stories on Bill the Bomb as well. Some stories that not even I know. Rest in peace, Ricky Wyatt. Furthermore, other people doing their stories, they're getting it, they're doing what I do sometimes. You hear things and they said this and that. Look, if Royshaw is out with Freddie Foreman, right, he's there for a reason, really, if Freddie Foreman's getting old. There's no way you're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4 chances with Royshaw. Because if you're not going to get one chance with me. If you're acting, you're on alcohol and you're doing all the stuff you're doing around Freddie Foreman and I'm out there and I've got to look after brown bread Fred because he's getting on in years or he's not really, you know what I mean? He's a big don for me and he's a big don for Royshaw. Royshaw's not going to leave it once, twice, 3 times, but he might have. I don't know because I'm speaking on the way that I know myself. And I know myself that the minute anything comes when I've got a job, back in the day, if you were moving funny around the man that I'm out with, who I love so dearly and rate so highly from that shit life that I led, there's no way you're getting any second, third or fourth chances with me. Rest in peace, Ricky Wyatt. I love you dearly and big up. Special love to Kirsty Moore and all the family. As usual, I might be up in a little while, right? Just feel the need to tell you that. Don't listen to shit out here.